It's the LOS, no O, low show. Here we go. If you didn't know, this is called the show. Yeah, this is called the show. It's the LOS, no O, low show.
Yo, 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 what it is, what it ain't, and what it's gonna be. It's your favorite LOS. And this is the last one standing room only. Peace, how y'all doing? What's going on? What up? Now, I really didn't have a plan for this episode. So I'm gonna go in it like this. We all got pet peeves, right? Some more than others. Some pet peeves are extraordinarily stupid. And some pet peeves are, I'm not really certain how to explain them, but necessary. Like, I have a pet peeve where I don't like people to talk about me as if I'm not sitting there. If I'm in the same room with you and I'm in earshot of the conversation, calling me he or him or using they or them, referencing me is insulting. Like, I'm sitting right here. You could use my name while you having this conversation. Other people might have the same issue. Some other people may not care, but personally, if I'm in earshot of your conversation, please use my name. Or be confronting, because I will say something. I do not have a problem turning around and saying something to you. Like, what are you doing? But it might just be me. Could just be me. Let me know. Another pet peeve of mine. Whew. There's so many. Well, then again, there's not very many, because you would think that a lot of things would get on my nerves, but, you know, growing up as a black man in the United States, you tend to grow a thick skin early, right? So, this is a pet peeve of mine. People who pretend or fake the funk of being military. They call it stolen valor. I call it broken jaw. Why? Because I've had to be stopped from smacking out of people multiple times for pretending to be military. That is a pet peeve of mine. That is extraordinarily aggravating. It literally enrages me to the point where I want to smack so hard that I break your jaw. Multiple times I was stopped. My nephew Sway had to stop me one time in Pennsylvania. We pulled over at a gas station. Went inside. Kid was standing there in his little uniform. I said, "Oh, what's up? You a Marine? Blah, blah, blah." And he was like, "Yeah." And I'm looking at his uniform. I'm like, hold up. First of all, Marines don't wear their camis to gas stations unless they are coming to and from work. And they would prefer us not to stop at the gas station unless we had to. Army and all you other branches could do what you want in your BDUs, but we are not allowed to do that in our BDUs. So that was the first red flag. Second red flag was this kid had a mop on his head. Like, you on leave? How long you been on leave? Because I get it. If you've been on leave for a minute, you tend to let things go. And the third red flag was the fact that he had a full beard. Now, I know some Marines do have beards, because they have no shaved chits. But this kid looked like he had been growing his beard for 6 months. So needless to say, I told him I was a Marine. At the time, I was still in. And I was going to show him my ID. And by show him my ID, I mean I put my ID in my hand and cupped it so I could smack the taste out his mouth. My nephew Sway comes running over, like, yo, what are you doing? Like, what? I just wanted to show him my ID. He was like, you gonna show him your ID cupped like that? Like, yeah. Mina was like, he was gonna smack him. So there was like 5 of us there. And Sway said to me, you gonna smack him, Unc? Really? And the kid just looked. It started shaking. He was like, no, I'm not really a Marine. I'm sorry. I lied. I'm in ROTC. I was like, oh. Well, I'm not going to smack you for that. But stop telling people you're a Marine. So that's one of my pet peeves. Don't lie. If you haven't served in the military, please don't lie to people and tell them you have. Because those of us who have served should be granted I don't even know what the word is. We should be granted just one moment to smack the shit out of you for lying. And by smack the shit out of you, I mean if you happen to fall asleep or snap a vertebrae, then so be it. People died for the right to call themselves veterans, soldiers, Marines, seamen. So, yeah, man. Not a fan. Don't do it around me. I'm old, but my hands still work. Somebody's watching this saying, damn, I remember he wasn't violent. Was there ever a time when I wasn't violent? Was there? I'm not even sure. Like, it's weird, right? But anyway, I can't. It's annoying. It is. Pet peeves, man. We all got them. I think even God had pet peeves. Which is why some of y'all are so jacked up. So, pet peeves, we all got them. Talk to me. Let me know what your pet peeves are. Your pet peeve could be the fact that I didn't shave for this episode. Are you a sneakerhead? Do you dislike creases, or when you see people creasing grails or brand new kicks? Which I don't understand how sneakerheads get upset about creasing the toe box. It's gonna happen. That's inevitable. Like, shut up. If you don't want them to get creased, don't wear them. But then that defeats the purpose of purchasing them. Unless you're not really a sneakerhead and you just bought them to sell them, then I get it. So I guess that's a pet peeve of mine. You idiots getting mad because we crease our shoes, our toe boxes. Like, that's what it's for, man. I wear my kicks. And if I don't wear them, they are literally bought in a size that I cannot wear. Like, I got a pair of Run DMC Adidas in there. Bought them in a size 11 and a half. I'm not an 11 and a half. I'm never going to wear them. I would love to get them autographed by Run DMC. Jam Master Jay, God rest his soul, cannot sign them. You know why. If you don't, I'm not going to tell you. But you know why. And you know what else? I'd like to get this out of the way. I'd like to thank my sponsor for this episode of The Last One Standing Room Only. Yeah, me. I'm my sponsor. Victor Carlo, baby. You heard? I ain't even been drinking and I'm already bumping into the microphone. Wow, right? But now I have, and no, it is not the same thing. It is actually Bullet Bourbon. My brother from another bought me a bottle for my birthday with my name on it that said happy birthday. If you know me, you know it's birth anniversary, but in this instance, my brother used birthday, and that is what I will use. It is a birth anniversary gift from my brother from another mother, Jay. You heard? Shout out to my guy. Appreciate you. Now back to the regularly scheduled program. Thank you, Victor Carlo, for sponsoring this episode of The Last One Standing Room Only. And enough of that. So something else I wanted to talk about. When you were younger, there were a lot of things you didn't know about your parents. Or your family members at all, for that matter. Or even some things about yourself. Like, I know a lot of parents push the issue of learning your phone number and your address. But at some point, you did not know your address or your phone number. So what were you going to do if you ever got lost or separated from your parents? Most of you would just sit in a corner and cry. Others of you would try to run around and ask people if they've seen your parents. But you can't just go running around saying, have you seen my mom and dad? Which leads me to my next point. Most of us, when we were younger, didn't even know our parents' real names. Policeman. What are your parents' names? Child. Mom and dad? Like, that's helping no one. You did not know your parents' names. And why would we? We are taught to call them mom and dad. Well, some people call their parents by their full names. You know who you are. I'm not going to say who you are, but you know who you are. And if you don't call your parents by their full names, you know why you don't. I'm not going to tell you. But that was one of those things you didn't know when you were younger. Your parents' names. I didn't know how old my mother was until 2 weeks ago. Like, I never asked. Like, who asked you? Who does that? Like, Ma, how old? Dad, how old? No. Why do you need to know how old your parents are? And who made that a conversation? Whose idea was it to say, hey, when you're talking to some people, you should ask them how old their parents are? Why? You don't need to know how old my mother is. She had me, and I'm old. I'm not calling my mom old because I ain't trying to die early. But that was one of those things you didn't know when you were younger. You didn't know how old your parents were. Like, I told you, I was 2 weeks ago when I found out how old my mom was. I still don't know how old my dad was, God rest his soul, and he passed away. I know he was older than my mother, but how much older, I don't know. Is it important? Nah. Why? They conceived me. Mom gave birth to me. I'm here. That's all I needed to know. But going back to the your parents, knowing your parents' names, I had no choice but to know my father's name because I'm a junior. Now, my mother's name, on the other hand, I don't know when I found out what my mother's name was, but I know it was funny to me because it was the female version of my name. So that was it was interesting. Then I found out my mother's entire name. And that's where things got even more interesting. I knew my grandmother's name, but I didn't find my grandmother's name out till I was like, 12, 13 years old? Probably later than that. She was grandma. The only people you know by their names are your aunts and your uncles. You feel me? Like, it's just weird, man. The things you don't know until you get older. Like the lyrics of songs. There's some songs you sing your entire life, and then one day you hear the song you like, what the? That's what it's been saying all these years? Yo, I've been singing that song wrong all these years. And some of y'all know what I mean. Some of y'all don't. I'm not going to explain why you don't. Actually, I am. Some of those songs need you to be emotionally connected to them for you to get the lyrics. True story. Like, there's a couple of Janet Jackson joints where there were words in the songs that I just didn't understand. Until one day they clicked. I was like, what? That's what she said? Damn. Alright, now I get it. Because I figured the lyrics I had been singing didn't make sense my entire life, so now it made sense, finally. Finally. And I know we all have those songs where we singing and we like, the first of the month, wake up, wake up, wake up. Yeah, like, I really don't know any more lyrics than it's the first of the month, wake up, wake, that's it. I wasn't a fan of that song like that. But it was the vibe, the groove, it made you want to rock. So, you know, I dug it, but I didn't dig it. If you catch me. I'm just saying, man. So, we're not going to get into a debate about the first of the month being a great song. Was it? To me, no. To others, yes. But that's not the point. The point is, every now and then, it takes a minute for the lyrics to actually kick in and you to know what you're singing. And that brings me to this. Wasn't recent, but it happened. There was a versuz, is what they're calling them, with some pretty popular R&B singers. And I use the word singers very loosely, because this is one of those things that you did not know when you were younger unless you were into the music scene and wanted to be a part of that industry. You did not know that there's actual artists, and then there's studio artists. An artist is truly talented and actually can sing. A studio artist can either almost sing, barely sing, or not sing at all. But they doctor his tracks or her tracks or their tracks in the studio so that they sound good when they get leaked out to the masses. Case in point, I'm pretty sure some of y'all lied to yourselves for the duration of Omarion's career and told yourself that that boy could sing. Nope, he couldn't. Never could. Marcus Houston was damn near the only one in that crew that could sing. Omarion cannot sing. His verses prove that. Will you idiots stop going to see him live? No. You know why? Because he puts on a show. Omarion is an entertainer. He is not a singer. He is what we call a studio artist. They spend lots of time making his tracks sound good in the studio so that his albums can sell. Is he a great songwriter? I have no idea. I don't know if Omarion writes his own songs. And y'all saying, damn, he's saying his name like that. Yeah, I'm saying his name like that. It's already out there. I ain't bashing the brother. It's a fact. He can't sing. Not my fault. Maybe they should have put an icebox on his larynx that day so he didn't take his ass to that versus. Or maybe Jesus should have touched his vocal cords before he grabbed the microphone. You dig? But that's just one of the artists that was there. Ray J. Brandy's brother. Everybody swore that boy could sing because he was Brandy's brother. Brandy got some... Man, I swear, I don't know what happened. Jesus just said the rest of the world really don't need to know how to sing as long as you can sing. Here, girl, take this. Brandy can sing her ass off. Ray J, on the other hand, well, that brother's one wish should have been that he could sing as well as his sister. That should have been his one wish. I don't even know if did he have another song besides One Wish? Needless to say, he jacked that up. Will you still go see Ray J live? I don't know why you would. But I'm pretty sure some of you stupid monkeys still gonna go see Ray J live, even though you know he can't sing. Like, I am not paying for you to lip sync. Milli Vanilli did it. They pulled one over on the world. But they got caught. Yeah, they got caught. And now, Ray J and Omarion have been exposed. Like, you got hits. In Ray J's case, you got a hit. And you can't sing. You ain't think that maybe one day you should learn how to sing so that you could go out there and sing your hit to a crowd of people and impress them? Like, I was never one of those people who listen to Ray J and be like, oh, this man, he could sing. That boy could sing. No, no. Never. One Wish was a dope track. And I'm trying to think, did he have another one? It's hurting my heart that I can't find another one for him. But that's not why the brother got popular anyway. So why should I stress that? His sister can sing, he can't. And that's usually how it works out. My sister can sing, and I can't. I got a deep voice for no apparent reason but to talk. My boy, you know what? I'm gonna get to this. I'm gonna get to that in a couple of seconds, since I mentioned the fact that I have a deep voice. But yeah, man, There's things that we just don't know when we're younger. Like, who'd have thunk that Ray J and Omarion would lie to themselves and get on stage and then embarrass themselves? Well, Omarion probably just took his shirt off and started dancing. And instantly the women just went crazy and the dudes was like, yo, that boy could dance. Some of the dudes might have been like, damn, he got badass body. I don't know. It could have happened. Ray J was on stage with his kid, his child. I shouldn't say kid, because the kid is a baby goat. And there's nothing goat-like about Ray J. Nope. Never, ever will he be anyone's greatest of all time. Well, maybe his child's greatest of all time, but music industry, no. Not gonna happen. But I respect and love those brothers, man. They gave us something to groove to when we was younger. But stop telling people y'all can sing. You can't. Stop getting on stage and singing live. You can't. And I don't even like saying the word can't, but you mother cannot sing. I can admit that I can't sing. But I'm an MC. I host events. I don't sing at them. And if I'm singing at them, I'm trying to be funny. And Mario was part of that. But guess what? Mario could sing. Y'all act like y'all ain't know. Come on, man. That brother got vocals. Got them vocals. He ain't got the hits like the other two, or the hit. Well, in Ray J's case, he got more hits than Ray J. Probably not more hits than Omarion. But it means nothing when you can't sing. It's like the Golden State Warriors when they won, what was it, 72 games in a season and didn't get that ring. Michael said it don't mean a thing if you ain't get that ring, and literally the number of hits you got don't mean a thing if your ass can't sing. Because it's nothing like exposing yourself because you prideful. Dumbasses. I just gotta say I respect y'all brothers though. It take a lot of gumption, a lot of moxie to get on stage knowing you can't sing and chirp into that microphone and blow a couple of eardrums. It does. It takes even more balls to blame it on your kid, your child though. Ray J, you ain't shit for that. Now back to this deep voice thing. So when I was younger, my boys used to pay me to talk to their girlfriends on the phone. True story. True story. And then wonder why these chicks were like, you sound different in person. Most people do. So it's not really an issue. But yeah, I used to get paid to talk to my boys' girlfriends on the phone. They would sit next to me and tell me what to say, and there it is. I was also part of a group in high school when I was younger called J'avoue. Yep. Z-H-A-V-O-U-S, J'avoue. And guess what my part in the group was? To write and to talk. I was J'avoue's bass, like bass was to Boyz II Men. That was me. That was me. It was cool. We had some boys that could blow in that group, man. Our guy Q could sing his ass off. Our man Bobby could sing his ass off. My dude B was our producer. God rest his soul. He passed away a while back. My man Black, who I still kick it with, I just saw him not too long ago, a couple of days ago. Which is another reason why that Javu thing was fresh on my mind. Because he brought it up. Something crazy happened when we were doing a talent show. Actually, I think we did the first talent show at Manchester High School. Back when the rain suits was popular. We all had rain suits and Timbs on. And the crazy thing is, and I swear we were the first ones to do it, but our track was an R&B hip-hop track. And I think our boy Will Solomon did the verse in it along with me and Black. So yeah, man, Javu, I was part of one of those singing groups. We ain't play no instruments. Well, Brandon played an instrument. I played multiple instruments, but I quit them all, so I really wasn't good at any of them. But I could write, and I could talk. So, there it is. Now, I know we talked about a lot of things. We talked about not knowing who your parents were when you were younger. We talked about some pet peeves. Talked about me being in a singing group and not being able to sing like Ray J and Omarion. And we talked about my sponsor, right? You see it. And it's crazy because that logo was actually black. But it's reflective black, so it's giving y'all some color. I like it. And I didn't make these for sale. I only made one for me. Well, I didn't make one. My girl made one. For me. If you would like me to make more of these for you and others to purchase, let me know in the comments. Or let me know when you see me. And if you do see me, don't be scared. Speak to me, man. I'm a 6'5" teddy bear. Until you say something reckless. But then you'll find out what it's like to be mauled by a teddy bear. I'm just saying. Don't be slick with your mouth. Say what's up. Talk. Let me know who you are, so I can shout you out on the next segment of the Last One Standing Room Only. You heard? Y'all be easy. Have a blessed one. I'm gone. I'm your favorite LOS, and this has been the Last One Standing Room Only. Peace. It's that low show. Here we go. I'm back. Y'all thought I forgot, huh? Or some of y'all was like, man, he's saying peace, but he gonna come back. He gotta give us a poem. I ain't got to do nothing but stay black and die. But I do have one for y'all. It's another track I wrote for Lucky Marcone. And you know what? I forgot the name of the track. I did. I don't know how I did, but it's the second verse to the song. Y'all ready? Here we go. This thing here is a part of me. Just as everything you do should be a part of you. Share it all or grow to hate yourself. Because keeping it bottled inside only works if it's marketed and placed on the shelf. Make do with the cards you're dealt. The dealers may change, but the rules and you as a player will remain the same. Don't get caught up in the stress of things. Stress is part of the struggle. Struggle and fight. Fight to survive, because if you let it, this thing will eat you alive. There's a reason why I wrote this rhyme. I heard my conscience calling to me, dog, and I ain't listening to mine. I ain't listening to mine. I heard my conscience calling, dog, and I ain't listening to mine. That's right. It was Conscious Call. The name of the song was Conscious Call. So yeah, I wrote that for Lucky Marcone. I actually wrote that for myself in 20-something. When was it? When was I in Pennsylvania first? 2013? No, I was in Connecticut in 2013. Wow. Yeah, I was back in Connecticut in 2013. I moved to PA in 2008? 2009? I don't know. But whenever I moved to PA, me and Sway got in the studio, wrote a couple of songs. Conscious Call was one of them. And that was one of the verses to that song. So I originally wrote it for myself, but have since handed it down to my guy, Lucky Marcone. Now, that's it. Ain't no more to it. It's all over. I'm done. I'm gone. I'm out of here. Y'all be easy. This has been the Last One Standing Room Only, and I'm your favorite LOS, the Last One Standing. Peace.
It's that low show. Here we go.
I know what you're saying. Predictable. You knew I was coming back. I wasn't planning on coming back, though. Seriously. I really wasn't. But as I sat here and thought about it, I remembered Ray J had another song, Sexy Can I? Yep. I used to like that joint. I used to bump that when I was riding around South Carolina. Sexy can I? Oh. Yep. I don't remember them lyrics either. Sexy Can I? Ray J featuring Iceberg. That was the joint. That was the joint right there. It was dope. It was a club banger. You heard? Alright, now I'm going for real. That's it. Ain't no more to it. Party's over. Go home. Get up out of here. Go do something productive with your life. You dig? I'm gone. I'm your favorite LOS. And this has been the Last One Standing Room Only. Peace.
It's that low show. Here we go. A lot of y'all need to understand this. Without struggle, there is no progress. Without an ounce of fighting, you will not survive. Most of y'all won't survive anyway. Some of y'all don't feel that, though. Hey, look. Talk to 'em. This thing here is a part of me. Just as everything you do should be a part of you. Share it all and grow to hate yourself. Cause keeping it bottled inside only works if it's marketed and placed on the shelf. Make do with the cards you dealt. Dealers may change with the rules, and you as a player will remain the same. Don't get caught up in the stress of things. Stress is part of the struggle and fight. Homie, fight to survive. Cause if you let it out, this thing will eat you alive. There's a reason why I wrote this rhyme. I heard my conscience calling to me, dog, but I ain't listen to mine. Nah, I ain't listen to mine. I heard my conscience calling, dog, and I ain't